Hi there, my name is Frank Povicevich, and I'm the founder and executive director of All American Model UN. I wanted to take just a few minutes to introduce myself, talk about All American Model UN, and then provide some additional details about our summer academies for you. So let's start at the beginning. What is Model United Nations? A lot of parents and students that come to our summer academies have never done Model UN before. So let's talk about what exactly the activity is and what you would be experiencing during the summer academies. Model UN is a policy and debate activity that challenges students to role play as diplomats, as world leaders, and sometimes even as historical figures. Unlike traditional debate, Model UN isn't zero sum. It's a solutions-driven activity that challenges students to find consensus so that they can develop international solutions to pressing international topics such as extreme poverty and climate change. Typically, Model UN in the United States is done at a school level where students will spend time preparing for a conference where they will be assigned a country, a position, and a topic. Conferences can be as small as 50 students in a very local setting and as large as 5,000 students at some of the largest, most competitive conferences in the United States. Conferences will typically hand out awards to some of the best performing students. Those awards include Best Delegate, Outstanding Delegate, and Honorable Mention, and a lot of students strive for these awards to help bolster their college applications. I started All American Model UN in 2011 after finishing my undergraduate degrees at Boston University. I was lucky enough to be involved in a project to start a conference in Beijing. And after graduating, that conference reached out to me and said, is there any way you can bring a team of US high school students to attend what was then Asia's largest Model UN conference? We did that in 2012 and then slowly started to get invited to other conferences in South Asia, in Europe, and in Latin America. The travel team's always been a merit-based application system so that we're really selecting students that are passionate about the activity and that have demonstrated skills. But what we noticed pretty early on is that a lot of students that wanted to be on the travel team came from high schools that had underdeveloped Model UN programs or perhaps no team at all. So that's really where the summer academies came to be. At the end of the day, though, our mission is to leverage Model UN to help build critical skills that are applicable for the future, to expose students to important global issues, and most importantly, to create a sense of community so that students can support each other throughout their high school years. The summer academies are a critical part of what we do at All American Model UN. They take students that have never had any exposure to being able to compete at the highest level of the activity over the course of 1 to 2 weeks. Each day follows a very similar format. We gather for breakfast in the dining halls. We'll do a Model UN workshop in the morning for about 2 hours, followed by a skill lab so that students can practice all of the skills that they've been taught in that morning session. We'll break for lunch, and then every day there will be a 2 to 3 hour simulation where we will simulate different international organizations such as the European Union, NATO, and the United Nations General Assembly. After dinner, each student will get a chance to meet with the coaches for one-on-one feedback. And this is really what makes the Summer Academies special, because we can give individualized attention to every student and we can answer any questions that they may have about the material or their performance in the simulation every single day. We offer two main types of academies: the Diplomacy Academy and the Crisis Academy. The Diplomacy Academy in Boston and Washington, D.C. focus on more traditional Model UN simulations, often referred to as General Assembly or ECOSOC committees. The Crisis Academy will focus on smaller, faster-paced simulations with real-time updates throughout those simulations. We encourage students to attend both of these weeks so they get a broad exposure to all types of Model UN and they can be prepared for whatever committee they may be assigned in conferences that they attend in the future. As previously stated, there's no previous experience needed, though we have had students with 2 or 3 years of experience that come to us because they want to learn how to start winning awards and perform at higher levels. The academies are open to any student anywhere in the world, from incoming 9th graders to incoming 12th grade students in high school. All American Model UN teaches 4 key success pillars, and this is what we have trained all of our students around going on 15 years. And those are research and preparation, pattern recognition, emotional intelligence, and advocacy. We chose these 4 key pillars because not only are they extremely applicable to Model UN, but they transfer into the academic world and then even into the professional world. So again, we are using Model UN as a way to build a complete student, a complete global citizen, and we've had a track record of success over the past 15 years. A lot of our students, about 70% of students who attend the Summer Academies, will go on to apply for our #1 world ranked travel team. Students who make it onto the travel team get a chance to meet with us every other week from September through May so that we can continue to build those skills, continue to support our students, and to continue to build the community that we have around the activity that we all love. A lot of students join our travel team because they want to go to some of the best conferences in the US and around the world, and students can pick and choose which conferences they'd like to attend with us. This past year, we attended 6 US conferences and 3 international conferences, and we bring somewhere between 8 and 24 students to each of those conferences as well. You'll get additional training and additional individualized attention from our coaches if you decide to sign up for the travel team, but of course, there's no obligation to do that. The next steps are really up to you. I encourage you to enroll and save a seat at one of our academies by going to allamericanmun.com/academies. Choose the location and dates that work for you. And as a little added incentive, and thank you for watching this video, use code DIRECTOR25 for $150 off of the tuition at its current rate. We cap each of our weeks at 24 students to make sure that we can guarantee that individualized attention, and those are filled on a first-come, first-served basis. There are also discounted rates when registering for both of those weeks in either Washington, D.C. or in Boston, and we do have some limited financial assistance available, including installment plans with no fees and no interest. So if you're interested in any of that, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can get a hold of me at frank@allamericanmun.com, or you can call the 857 phone number that's found on the website, the info packet, and all of our emails. So 857-400-9525. Please let us know if you have any other questions, and we're all looking forward to working with you this summer.